Hello. Imagine a girl, a hard-working girl, a self-made girl. She intimidates men and uses her cunningness to get who and what she wants. Her life seems put together for her, or, or rather, she makes her own life. But there is always a dark side, and that is just the life of Princess Carolyn from the show BoJack Horseman. So who is she? In BoJack Horseman by Raphael Ball Blocksberg, this is him, there is a character who represents this exact feeling, Princess Carolyn. At first glance, she seems confident, successful, and in control. But as the show goes on, we start to see how much she is carrying emotionally. We all want to seem like we have everything under control. I know I do. So today, I will be explaining Princess Carolyn's character in the BoJack Horseman show by Raphael Ball Blocksberg, through her identity, her work-life balance, and her character development. So, who is Princess Carolyn? An identity is identified as an identification of a character or personality of an individual person. Princess Carolyn consistently defines herself as a successful Hollywood agent. From the beginning of the series, she is shown as extremely driven, organized, and always focused on her career goals. She consistently manages clients, makes deals, and problem solves within the entertainment industry. And she doesn't let her personal life get in the way of her career. By not letting her personal life affect her career, it can be shown how she believes her success only matters if her career is successful, rather than her own personal happiness. Her identity becomes so focused on her career, it becomes hard for her to separate who she is as a person and who she is for work. It can be if she believes that if she can be successful in her career, then she can be successful at anything else. As a young woman trying to find balance to work, to do school, and to manage my family, it can make everything feel very jumbled. But I make sure I am on top of everything. Most of the time, if I start feeling like I am behind on a certain subject, project, or anything else, I start to down spiral and I start to feel like I'm behind on life. So I try to be as hardworking as I can be by organizing everything. Princess Carolyn's next struggle is her work-life balance. Work-life is the state where an individual can both work and have a personal life functioning at the same time in a well-mannered way. Princess Carolyn's career is extremely demanding. She often prioritizes work over everything else in her life. Even when she tries to make time for herself, her relationships, work constantly interrupts her plans. Her life is like a scale. One side is work, the other side is her personal life. Yet, the work side is always being weighed down. This creates a strong imbalance, where her job takes up most of her time, energy, and emotional focus. We see this all throughout the show, but in season 6, episode 2, it becomes clear when her nanny quits and she has to focus on her baby and her career. Because of this imbalance, she often sacrifices rest, relationships, and personal happiness in order to meet professional demands. She will cancel plans, stay late at work, or take time on extra responsibilities even when she is already overwhelmed. It's actually season 6, episode 2. An AP News article called Work-Life Balance Isn't Working for Women states that 17% of women overall report having to address personal or family responsibilities at work daily or several times a day, compared to 11% of men overall. Lastly, her character development. Princess character development throughout the series is something that's really pretty, beautiful. A character development is a process of a character evolving within a story that can overcome challenges and find who they really are in life. At the beginning of the show, Princess Carolyn is portrayed as someone who solely focuses on her work. And whenever she tries to have a personal life, her work clearly gets in the way, which causes her youth to slip away from her. As the show continues, we see her trying to prioritize herself and her well-being, which leads to the ending finally having everything she always wanted: a relationship, a family, and overall a happy life. One important part of her development is that she begins to realize that success alone is not enough to create a fulfilling life. She starts to understand that constantly sacrificing her personal needs is not sustainable. Princess Carolyn's life is like when someone takes a breath of fresh air after a long run. By the end of the series, she becomes more aware of her own needs and begins making choices to support her career and her own personal happiness. There have been many times in my life where I put others' needs before my own, throughout school and through even the beginning of college. I would try to fix others, skip out on hangouts with friends, and even sacrifice my own mental health to help people around me. I let people push me around and still thinking that they were my friends and cared about me. But from taking a break from those people and figuring out what I truly wanted in life made me start to have a spine and speak out for myself, just like how Princess Carolyn does. In conclusion, I hope you've had an understanding of who Princess Carolyn is from the show BoJack Horseman by Raphael Ball Walksburg. And I hope you learn from her, relate to her by me talking about her identity, her work-life balance, and her character development. Thank you.